with Bre'sBooks here again to read you some of my favorite bookish dedications that I've come across. The other day I went through my whole collection of read books because I didn't want to do the ones I haven't read yet. That would take forever. But so I just stuck with the books I've read pretty much and went through and picked out some of the dedications at the beginning of the books that stood out to me. And so I have 7 books here to show you mainly, but I did want to give an honorable mention to A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, because that dedication was pretty good as well. And so I have 8 in total. It's pretty simple, but this one says, "For Josh, because you would go under the mountain for me. I love you." Now, those of you who have not read this yet might not know what that means, but trust me, that dedication is very sweet and romantic, and it works. So, I liked this one a lot. I had to give it a special honorable mention, but let's get into the rest of my top favorite book dedications. First one comes from Graceling by Kristen Kishore, and that one says, "For my mother, Netta Praverta Kishore, who has a meatball grace, and my father, J. Michael Kishore, who is graced with losing and finding his glasses." For those of you who haven't read this book and don't know, in this book, people who are graced with something are very good at it. So I just thought that was really fun. Next dedication comes from East by Edith Patu. This was a retelling of the fairy tale East of the Sun, West of the Moon, and it's really great as well. And this dedication states, "To my father for his love of stories, from Harold and the Purple Crayon to Dr. No, and to my mother for her unwavering support." I just thought that was really sweet and cute. Next dedication I have is from Tiger's Quest by Colleen Houck, and this one says, "For my husband Brad, proof that there really are guys like that out there." And you'll have to read the story to know what kind of guys that is. The next one comes from The Iron Treader by Julie Kagawa. This is the first book in the spin-off series from her Iron Fae series. It's called The Call of the Forgotten. And it is, "To Gururan for letting me pick his brain, and to Nick for letting me hit him with sticks." I have no idea what that means, but I thought it was funny, so there you go. The next one comes from The Selection by Kira Cass. And that one says, "Hi Dad, waves." Short, sweet, to the point. I thought it was cute. Next one is a really teeny tiny book called Violet Eyes by Debbie Vigui. I'm butchering her name, but I like her book. And this is a retelling of The Princess and the Pea, and it's from the Once Upon a Time companion series, and is dedicated to all those who still believe in fairy tales. So of course I had to include this in my top favorites because I still believe in fairy tales, and so it's dedicated to me and to anyone else who does, and I love that fact. And the last one I have, number 7/8 depending on how you're counting, is from The House of Hades by Rick Riordan, because as authors sometimes do, they're evil. And so for his 4th book in the Heroes of Olympus series, he says, "To my wonderful readers, sorry about that last cliffhanger. Well, no, not really. Ha 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 ha. But seriously, I love you guys." And I thought that was just very funny. And he is really good with the cliffhangers, I gotta tell ya. And yes, if you know about this series, you know the cliffhangers and the character stuff that goes down and how it's very intense and all that jazz. So these are some of my favorite dedications from books I've read. Let me know some of your favorites, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!